Welcome back to front mission. No. Why the fuck am I saying front mission? God damn it. Anyway, good day mates, I'm Lost, and welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. They both begin with F, right? Alright. Anyway, let's move on. We are in chapter 20 at this point in our adventures. And yeah. Well. A rare late night excursion for stream boying. Okay, so where we left off basically is we just began month 7. We just have to get through here. Attack Fort Mercius. After this month is over, we have a month that involves 2 battles. So we're not too far from the end of the game, actually. And we're preparing for the end. Give or take a little bit. We're gonna talk to everyone, of course,
I have excitement
as
in my heart
standard
for
tradition.
secret tactics. I enjoy attacks that are surprising. I thought we could be using attacks like that at this fortress. But I am hearing a different thing. A brute force attack with all of our power, yes? Attacks that are surprising are also safer. Attacking from the front is dangerous. But I will give you all of my fighting spirit, Professor.
Of course. Alright. Well, and there's people in the rooms.
My family made it through the conflict unscathed. Thank the goddess. It seems that Deirdre was the only place to really get caught up in the fighting. Did Claude intend to spare the Alliance territories from harm? If so, he's a truly admirable leader. Speaking of Claude, I wonder where he
Went
is.
off into the void. That's where he went. Anyway. Yeah, Linhardt's usually not. Where he is, in her room.
I love a good fortress. The perfect place to hide. This one's impregnable too, isn't it? Perfect! As soon as we take it, I'll set up a special spot for Bernie. Now that you mention it, I guess it is pretty huge.
Yeah. That seems to be apt.
Thank you.
Don't have any pitcher plants available, so we can't just give those to her.
I've been looking for this. Thank you
That's
so
your
much.
art. Nice. Alright.
Oh, Professor, good timing. You have to talk some sense into my father. Recently, he's been doing nothing but work himself to the bone. Even when he's taking breaks from training and errands, he's apparently listening to reports, day in and day out.
God damn.
He's getting on in years, you know? I just want him to take care of himself.
See what we can do. Also, your back was hunched really weirdly there for a minute, and I don't know what that was about.
How about that? Wake up, eat, train, eat, sleep. We gotta prepare for the assault, but that hasn't changed my routine. All that training and eating I do is for the sake of Fodlan. Gotta stay strong and fed to keep it safe.
Okay. That's a little weird.
Weren't the Kingdom and Alliance once part of the same country? If you think about it that way, it makes sense for them to unite. I suppose the Kingdom was once part of the Empire as well. Even if Fodlan came together, I wouldn't be surprised if it fell apart again.
Wow. That's a hell of a thing to say, Shamir. Anyway, I have a violet, I guess.
Thanks.
Or a sunflower.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
She likes sunflowers. A lot. Okay. I'd also consider giving her coffee.
Oh my.
Caspar is just outside.
Here's an idea.
Now is he out here this way, or that's Hilda? Hilda, I suppose I will talk to Hilda now.
The Alliance dissolved so suddenly. Now there's widespread pandemonium. The lords are warring, mass confusion among the citizens. Or, that's what I expected to happen. None of that seems to be taking place. They had a roundtable meeting and talked it out. Everyone's dealing very calmly with the situation. I guess if Dimitri turns out to be a crazed despot, then there really will be chaos. But he's not gonna go crazy again. He's okay now, right?
Hopefully. Okay. Anyway, Caspar's outside here. I think. Here. There.
Fort Mercius is next, huh? Ah, the memories. It's a huge stronghold in my father's domain. The town's completely surrounded by high walls. I used to run around there when I was a kid. Way back when a fortress was just a playground for me. Yeah, those were the days.
A fortress is just casually a playground. Or Caspar. Anyway, I'm sure you like meat.
For me? This is so great!
I'm glad you liked it. And you like weight trading.
For me? This is...
Yes, he likes it. That's why his post time skip outfit is a bunch of armor. What else did you expect? There is our next objective. Way up here.
Professor. Professor, hi.
Let's see.
Actually, before we do any of that madness, go to the garden. Oh, right, we just planned things.
Attacking an impregnable fortress head-on is rather impressive, or suicidal. Depends on the day, really. You know Fort Mercius's nickname, I assume. The Stubborn Old General? It may be stubborn, but its age means it's gotta be hiding a few weak spots. Makes sense to aim for those areas.
Weak spots. Alright, good to know.
Professor! Hi there!
Okay. Let's see. Is it true Lady Rhea was taken to the Empire? Why'd they take Lady Rhea? Professor, they didn't take her to kill her, did they? Yeah, good point. If they did, we'd have heard about it by now. You gotta help her, Professor. I'm begging you.
That's the plan. Anyway. We've done that. Others are here. Before we do that, Gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Is it true that we'll be assaulting Fort Mercius next? That doesn't sound like the brightest idea. I've heard that it's built to withstand an attack from even the largest of armies. And not to tell you how to do your job, but don't do it. I'm not ready to say my final goodbyes to everyone.
Don't worry, we're not gonna die painfully. And alone.
You know, Professor, laying siege to a keep is like asking a girl out on a date.
Really now, Sylvain.
First, you get past her defenses, then you make your move.
Sylvain.
See, you get it.
Our fearless leader, on the other hand, he's never been good with the ladies. Anyway, I figure you go after the main gate. You take that out, and I'm sure we can win.
Well,
Of course, you're making the tactical calls. I'm happier to follow than to lead.
right. Okay. Enough of that.
True. The Death Knight is guarding Fort Mercius. The same one who was linked to Monica and to Flame's abduction 5 years ago. Anyway, he's one of the monsters responsible for Captain Gerald's death. We have to defeat him.
Okay. Next. Cities is northward, closer to the graveyard.
That reminds me.
Definitely.
Which I think we will just I'll go in here to the classrooms. I can talk to Ingrid and Ash, who are both in here.
Just as we suspected, Lady Rhea was taken to the Imperial capital. We must get to the capital as quickly as possible. So many people are worried sick about her. I do wonder when Claude managed to learn Lady Rhea's whereabouts. He's pretty shrewd. I can't help but admire him.
I wonder where Claude will go. From the sound of it, he's leaving Fodlin altogether. He was strangely gallant about the whole thing. Even left his relic behind. Elusive and mysterious to the end, isn't he?
Yes, it is very strange. Alright, speaking of relics. Whoops, wrong button. Inventory. Ash. I think you've earned that one. The thing is... what is Felix's rank? Okay, his rank is A in bow. Yours also is an A+ in bow. B in bow. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna give you do that. Switch those around. For that. Then we're gonna give you Veil Knight. In addition, we take off Ernest. And Star Dragon Sign. We'll give you that. That way you can use this safely without too many problems. And you can also use Fallen Star, which is pretty good. Yeah, we'll do that. Meanwhile, don't need that really. We'll leave you with one blank spot. Okay. I'll just go to the marketplace to see if I can do anything with that Wu Dai there. Wu Dao. Ooh.
Hey there.
We can.
Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go.
Make that reach. Okay.
Come back anytime.
Now, we left off previously. We go to the reception hall, talk to those people, and go talk to Mercedes and
I have a thought.
you.
So Lady Rhea was in the Empire all this time. Wish I'd known that 5 years ago, but there's nothing we can do about it now. What we can do, though, is topple the Empire. Will you seize victory with us, Professor? For the sake of the late Captain!
That is the plan. Tackle him.
The majority is with us. This conflict will end soon. I am so moved by the decision that Claude and the Alliance nobles have made. That is true nobility, acting in accordance with the people's needs and wishes. As war drags on, those living near the front lines inevitably get the worst of it. Still, Edelgard will not give in. She will push to complete her mission, no matter how many people die. Not everyone with noble blood has noble ideals.
Yeah. That follows. It's yours.
How could you
You train relentlessly.
How could you... What a kind gift.
You like the weights, but not that much. I also know that
What a kind gift.
you like studying, kinda,
What a kind
and you like being noble. Alright. Those are okay, I guess. Phases.
No. Death Knight. Going to fight the Death Knight. To be perfectly honest, I am.
Well. Oh, right. Area must just be north. Before we do that, training grounds, talk to Felix and Catherine. Northward. Where is...
We defeated Lord Arundel. The Emperor must have been surprised. If we can keep up that fervor, perhaps we'll capture Fort Mercius and move on to the Imperial capital. We must not be overconfident, though. Yes, I concur.
Yes, I
Humans
concur.
and beasts are ultimately the same. When they're cornered, they lash out however they can. They fight for their lives. Who knows how the Emperor will lash out? We have to be careful.
Alright. Of course. That follows.
We took quite the detour. It was time-consuming, but finally, we got the information we needed. We crush the Empire, we get Lady Rhea back. 2 birds, 1 stone. First, we take Fort Merceus. I'll put my heart in it. I'll crack him like a rusty helmet.
Yes, we will crack them. The ultimate sword journey is today.
What the?
I think we dare. Do it, Felix.
You haven't earned my...
Kick his ass, Felix. Or her ass. Now kick his ass.
Alright, next.
Alright. Another Dublin.
Alright, next.
Alright.
Alright, next.
Damn. Well, Savant. Weird Oni mask.
You fought well.
Beat that Oni. Yes. Felix is one of the ultimate sword tournament. Alright. The 3rd floor.
The Leicester Alliance is no more. 300 years of history, gone and done. They write operas about events like this, you know? Dimitri will be played by the most handsome actor of the time. Hearts will pound as he takes the stage. What am I saying? Surely the most handsome man would play you.
Well then. Is yours?
I'm sorry. Thank you, Professor.
Oh, Violet.
Thank you, Professor.
Formation?
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. It's none of those. Alright. Well. Time to escape.
Yeah.
Even in the kingdom, only a few people knew about His Highness and Edelgard's relationship. Me? I always knew those two to be like brother and sister. To think that we would come to see this world, where they are at war with one another. I live it, and can still barely imagine such a truth.
Tense.
Professor.
Well. They are down here. Blade out.
The Death Knight. I shudder to think of him. Professor, you remember my connection to him, do you not? I am still working through the trauma from back then. All these years later. If we meet him, I swear I will have my revenge.
Don't worry, we'll kick his ass this time. And hopefully permanently.
Fort Mercius is a keep that was constructed to defend the Imperial capital, Enbar. We cannot enter the capital without first capturing that fort. But once we have it, the city should be almost entirely at our mercy. Now that we know Rhea is there, we must move with the utmost urgency.
I see that Seth has been studying the blade up there. For the construction thereof, at least. Also, other things.
Each step closer to Enbar, I'm reminded of another part of my past. Riches and poverty, glory and failure. That city has it all. And if I'm honest, sometimes I miss it. That's how the past works, though, isn't it? It's always a different story than what you really lived.
Ammon's in the library, and the other Cardinal's room. We're gonna do that quick. Ammon.
Fort Mercius is the Empire's single most fortified military installation. Utterly impregnable, they say. I wonder, do you happen to know the nickname given to Fort Mercius?
Oh, someone told me the Suburban General.
Indeed, a very good answer. But of course, you'd know that. Seems Fodlans give everyone and everything a nickname. Why, you were called the Ashen Demon. Myself, I have been called the Father of Crestology, which is a nickname as well as a title, I suppose.
That guy's giving me a side eye so hard. Either that or he's staring directly at my soul. Either way, it's not comfortable. Anyway, enough of that. Away from that weirdo. I was staring into my soul as I was talking to him. Up here.
Professor, from this point onward, we're in all-out war with the Empire. Are you prepared, Professor? I have already steeled myself as best I can. First, we capture Fort Mercius. The fighting will undoubtedly be brutal, but we must prevail. As far as this army and I are concerned, you're our last ray of hope. We are relying on you.
Yep.
It appears that Claude has dissolved the Alliance. He's thrown away the pride of all the Leicester lords who have walked the path of independence from Fargus for generations. I said from the start that he was not suitable to lead. Well, times have changed, haven't they? I suppose we can trust the kingdom now.
I can't believe that he had that expression. He was stunned by my words.
Claude has stepped down from leadership, and Leicester is now a vassal state of Fargus. The lords of the Western Kingdom are beginning to declare fealty to us in greater numbers also. The Empire is our only remaining enemy.
You're looking up as you're saying a lot of that, actually. It was weird. Jarring. Well. Well, Cynthia's in the cathedral. Suppose. Before I do that, actually. I'm gonna prepare for next round. All of those two go in.
I'll keep my voice down.
Me.
Alright.
I must always improve.
Of course. Now we go out the door, talk to Cynthia, and Marianne.
Perhaps something about Lord Arundel rubbed me the wrong way. There was something off about him. Not that I've ever heard anything good about him. Have you ever heard of the Harim family? Correct. Their lands are due south of the Ordelia territory. Since Edelgard's rule, Lord Arundel had been governing the territory. It seems like his reign was particularly cruel. The people there suffered greatly under him. He seemed to be a good and just person at one point. It simply doesn't make sense.
That is curious. Alright. Well. One. Okay. Now we're heading over to Counselor. Ah, Brandon didn't like that one very much. You must always have your grace, I guess. Is that what he wants?
Now that the alliance has been dissolved, what will become of the nobility? No, my adoptive father knows how to get by. I'm sure he'll do well for himself in the kingdom. All of Fodlan is going to change. I suppose I'll have to change with it.
You bird watching? Okay. Well, tell you what. I'm gonna do a thing. That to a hole somewhere deep beneath the sea. And there we go. That, and onward. Alright. Use some train real quick. Here.
So...
Of course. To maximize.
Fort Mercius is a keep that was... We can't... Now that we...
I get the feeling that we won't get S+ rank with authority this time around. I am, however, going to start preparing for doing shenanigans with later. Shenanigans being something involving a hero.
Myself, I have been...
There is still more to learn.
Of course there is. Alright. Alright, now I was down here. See if I can
Each rich. That's how.
get to at least S with faith. I'd really be interested in seeing like a saint-like class, like somebody that specializes in sword and faith, rather than sword and reason, I guess. Anyway.
Even in the kingdom, only a few people me to think I live.
Alright, axe me. Alright. Well. Let us see about Cyril. Probably has lessons still out to us.
Let's see. You got it.
Agent axe. You're one away. Okay. Think by give Petra one thing that will boost her motivation to max. Have her teach me a thing or two.
I have I thought, but attack, but I will.
Have a dagger.
This is
okay. Yeah, she can only teach how to fly.
Oh, please, even when he's.
You can teach jet axe, right? Right.
All that training?
That
I was thinking.
Casper is up here. Excuse me, little person. Thank you. Alright.
Professor, Fort Mercius it's a huge. I used to way back when.
Give me your axe skills. Perfect.
This experience is critical.
Of course. Fishing's not that much of a concern, honestly. Alright. Start manually. Of course, it's gotta be manual. Alright, goals. Everyone will just learn to do things. I'll keep them unstable, dude. Actually. Hey Ferdinand, you know how to fly, right? We're not gonna teach him how to fly. I'll keep Ferdinand and Marianne at stable duty, I guess. Instructions. Let's go with lessons. These 6 are the ones I want to focus on for his training, and I'll pick one of the Blue Route people to work on for this kind of lesson. So, what I really want Ferdinand to do is, my intention is next time I'm going to pick Black Eagles. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go Silver Snow or Crimson Flower yet. Probably Silver Snow. In that case, I'm going to give him some sword.
Now is the time to master this.
That way we can kind of just lean into swording later.
I appreciate your coaching.
Amazing. And Heart, meanwhile. I am going. I think I'm gonna lean in on Orson.
I was right? How embarrassing. Tell me.
Yeah, good job. Alright, Aspar. You can make your punching ascend gun. You shall punch God. Not yet. Bernie. If I can boost your faith.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help. I did pretty well today.
Yes, you did. And Dorothea, of course.
I got it. Good.
Amazing.
You're quite the motivator, Professor. I'm a quick study.
He doesn't like riding or flying.
Everything went pretty well today.
Alright. Petra. I will continue to work plans.
Your guidance was greatly useful. You have my thanks for your support.
Alright. Now one. Think. Can work on it, actually. And pump up her.
I'm finally grasping this.
That's good.
That was I appreciate your guidance.
Alright. Our 0 instruction points. Let's begin the training.
Let me ask you something.
Alright. Well, that answer would please both Lawrence and Ferdinand. This would be good for Sylvain. Maybe Lawrence. Not so much Ferdinand, I don't think. Watch a nearby town. That sounds like it could be a plan for going out. I'll do something on Coteen and relax. That should help pump up Ferdinand, at least.
Huh. Is that right?
Professor.
Sword and bow. Okay, fine. I'm gonna send destruction.
I'm glad it's you.
We will take no time at all.
Nice.
Amazing, no?
Great.
Making strides.
Nice.
Can't let this power go unused.
Very well, then.
Okay. Kathleen, yes. We always go out on performance day.
Professor, let me sing for you.
Singing in tune with others proved quite difficult.
Kadu is always here. For whatever reason. And of course, as of flowers. We don't happen to have any more battles to do. I am gonna sell some crap though. Don't really need those. Don't have any more sellables in the party. Okay. What's seminar? A lot of people will show up for my sword and leadership lesson. In fact, although the point is to get me pumped up. Dimitri will teach Petra how to stab good, which I want. This will also give Casper some good punching skills. Accent skills for others. I think I'll do the Dimitri one, if only because that covers Petra weight. Because my primary focus, I want to get as many of them as I can. Earth will teach. Alright, Dimitri, teach your lesson. And away we go.
Is this what success feels like? One step before the next step.
I see.
Alright. Manual instruction. Petra got priest for an probably from the T actually. Now we're gonna focus on 7. Dimitri. Don't think it actually matters. Felix matters though.
Quite intriguing. Thank you.
Alright. Match time.
That's a relief. You're making me blush. I've learned a lot.
Of course, Sylvain.
Hey, that was useful. I thought this was... Alright. I thought this was a test. I see how this works. I thought this was a...
That's
I thought this was a
4
test.
perfects. Jesus. That's brutal.
I'm really getting it, I think.
Ow.
Yes.
Nice.
Is this what's... I'll get the next...
I might as well. It's there.
I'm starting to get it. Yes!
Alright. So.
I'll keep trying my best. I've got the gist of it now.
I'm sure you do. Just boy.
I'll keep trying. I got it right.
Nice.
Oh, I was just lucky.
Sure you were.
I got...
Okay. And do one more for you.
I think I got... Yeah! This'll be helpful. I'm glad...
Okay. You're...
Teacher.
Sure. All right. So.
Amazing, no?
Amazing. All right.
Growth sustains me.
Sure it does. It's time to pump everyone back up. Explore.
Professor, I have I thought, but attack, but I will give you... This is giving...
Alright. What's that?
I love it.
Not sure. Like you things?
Wow, thank you so...
You do. Rose.
Thank you.
And a little sunflower.
Thank you.
Okay. To the garden.
Professor!
Fast forward. Oh dang. I am going to use all these pelvital flowers. Here, have Pegasus blessings. Alright, we got it. In we go.
Professor!
What we do. Day special. It's brought to you by Linhart, Dorothea.
This is my favorite.
I think I...
Alright. Or dining. Grad. Of Mercy and Ferdy together.
This is my
delicious.
Alright. Ash, let's see. I mean Ash and Annie. Oh right.
This looks delicious.
Ooh.
Do Casper and yeah, sure. We'll do Casper and Hulda together for this. Blue and pink.
Yummy.
Alright. Fish sandwich. Love, your saute. I have these two eat.
That looks appetizing.
Yeah, you just...
Ingrid needs shearing, as does it. Something that both of them like. Fisherman's Bounty. Perfect.
I appreciate
this food.
And we got some support combos. Felix and Sylvain.
Sylvain.
Hey, Felix. I'm glad you're safe.
You irresponsible fool! Protecting me like that? You're so weak and yet you always...
Look, it doesn't matter. As long as you're safe. You can go on living, while I...
Stop kidding around! You're not going to die. I won't let you!
Nah, I won't die on you, I promise. You think something like this could kill me? No way. A little magic will take care of the wound. Some bed rest, then I'm good to go out and do it all over again.
Sylvain?
Damn.
Oh, come on, that was funny. It's not like you to be so concerned.
You really are a fool. The biggest in all of Fodlan.
Goddamn.
I thought something was off. There's no way you could die from such a small cut. You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Hey, that's not nice. You should be thanking me.
I am grateful. You've been doing this since we were children. Constantly fooling around, but then showing up and helping when we really need you. I'll admit, seeing that smile on your face, I almost want to give you a hug. Almost.
A hug? Did you get hit on the head? Come on. Tell me you want to hug me again. I liked it.
I won't be repeating it, you halfwit. You're obviously fine, so I'll leave now.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously. You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
Then I hope you have a speedy recovery. Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix.
Alright. A+. And support referred.
You know, stepping in to prevent extortion, that was quite brave of you.
What? Oh, you're talking about that time in town. I wouldn't say I did anything brave, really. I just asked what was going on.
No need to be humble. Helping the weak is precisely what a virtuous noble does.
I don't think what I did is quite the same thing.
What do you mean by that?
The point I was trying to make is that some things in this world can't be bought or sold with money. I think I let myself get a little too worked up, though. It's just, when I saw it happening, it reminded me of my own past.
Your past? You were originally a daughter of House Bartels, a minor noble family, I heard. You abandoned your title, and now you live as a commoner. Is there more to the story? Pray tell.
Life was becoming difficult for us, so my mother and I fled from House Bartels. We found refuge in a small church in Fargus and lived there for a few years. A man appeared one day and said that he wanted to adopt me. It was obvious that he only cared about my bloodline and crest. The priest refused to let me go, but the man used his money to overwhelm the church. In the end, I had no choice but to leave with him. That soldier we saw? I guess he just reminded me of my adoptive father.
The man who exploited you so that he could join the nobility. Yes, I understand. But I must confess, that part of the story confuses me. There is nothing to gain from having a noble title.
That is weird to hear Ferdinand
What's
say.
so funny?
I never thought I'd hear you question the value of nobility, Ferdinand.
Oh, well, that is not quite what I meant. Using someone else to obtain high status, with no effort and no accomplishment? Certainly you can obtain a title like that, but it hardly makes you a noble.
I completely agree.
Oh.
By the same token, although you are legally a commoner, in your heart, you are a proud and virtuous noble. That is what I think, at any rate.
Well then. Ferdinand, will you turn that around? And, oh, they do have a sport together. Amazing.
That doesn't feel good at all. Ugh, why did he have to punch me so hard?
Hey, Caspar, something the matter?
Oh, hi, Hilda. Yeah, I just got in a little fight. No big deal. Definitely won.
Your face is all swollen. That looks painful. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
No, that's really too much. Like I said, I'm fine.
Don't argue, just come along. You look ghoulish.
Huh? Maybe it's worse than I thought. Oh, whatever. It can't hurt to have it looked at.
Oh.
There, that should do it. You'll be all right now.
Great, thanks, Hilda. I had no idea you were so good at this.
I always tended to my big brother's wounds, so I have lots of experience. I'm curious, though. Why are you always getting into fights? You really got hurt. Surely it would have been better not to bother.
It's not like I go looking for fights, and I'm not always the one who starts them. There are just a lot of guys in this world who won't listen to reason. Somebody's gotta beat some sense into them.
Oh god.
So that's why you're always picking fights. Why not ignore them, or ask someone else for help?
Maybe that's how you'd handle it, but I can't just look the other way.
How very gallant. But maybe you should try showing a little restraint.
You really think that?
Yes, I do. I don't think you can solve all your problems by throwing a few punches. The world's a big place. At this moment, all over Fodlan, countless people are in some kind of trouble. But they'll figure things out one way or another, even without you there. Try to hold back and see what happens. Maybe you'll be surprised. Besides, if you're always picking fights, you might get so badly injured that you can't protect me.
Now that's a good point right there. I guess I could give this whole restraint thing a shot.
Well. Activate Caspar's inhibitors. Anyway, we have some cooking. I'm going to do cook for me. Hero salad. I'll do some queenfish saute. This.
I enjoy cooking. You seem to know what you are doing.
Yes. Alright. Now we are going to learn some lessons. What do I want to learn? That bees across the board are things up for the movement types. Guess it couldn't hurt to invest into something else a little bit. Sure, what you got?
Gotta help.
Okay, maybe not you. I'll push my faith up by a notch.
Each step close, rich. That's how the.
I will go to the cathedral, get a singing lesson in. Cathedral time. Very good. Gonna have Fernand step up to the plate with Hilda.
Professor!
Singing's okay, but...
Then... Set us.
So...
Right over here.
Fort Mert, we cannot, now that we...
I think... We'll work on the sword a bit. Alright, I think that is it. Manual instruction. I'll go with the Black Eagles people again. This time around. If I start off on you. A little bit more on the sword.
I am relieved I am quite pleased.
Nice.
I am beginning to...
Linhart. I'm... Go all in on your horse.
It is a lot.
Press bar.
That... Thanks for your... Nailed it!
Perfect.
I think I'm improved. I'll get it next time, too.
Okay. Bernie.
I think I got it.
Good job.
I did pretty well.
Amazing.
I'd never... Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Every... I got... You're...
Okay. Petra. Go all in on your spirit.
You have... Your guide...
And or think. Plane.
I would like... I have done it!
Nice.
No need to just continue with the... I would like to do this... I understand.
Amazing. And
I would like to do this again sometime.
alright. After that, to training.
Professor.
Sure.
That wasn't so bad.
Perfect. Seminar time. Overseas teach a lesson. Well, it might put my faith to an S plus. To an S, I mean. Let's try it. Alright.
I still have much to learn.
Fantastic. And 12 away. Well, we have a mission. Fort Mercies. That was quickly done. Armories and Wyvern Lords are popular.
The Kingdom Army crosses the Great Bridge of Myrden a second time, moving south through Gronder Field. However, in order to reach Anbar, they must first seize the impregnable Fort Mercius.
Time for Fort Mercies.
Fort Mercius. Said to rival Aryan Road, the Silver Maiden. Perhaps a head-on siege was a foolish plan after all.
No, you're right that it's the only way. I don't think the Death Knight would have fallen for any tricks. Even if they are denied supplies, They could hold a fortress like this for months. And we cannot discount the possibility that they will receive more reinforcements if our siege is delayed.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. And we have no option but to do the best we can. Say, Professor, in the past, it seemed like the Death Knight took some strange satisfaction from his fights with you. He's an unpredictable opponent, a dangerous one. Please proceed with caution. Of course. You were the heart of the Blue Lions, and the same holds true for the Kingdom Army. Mercedes.
So, the Death Knight really is inside that fortress. Dear Emile.
I want you to know that no one is forcing you to battle with us at the front lines. I support whatever you decide.
Please stop. We can't have you saying that. You and I are the same after all. We both have to fight our family for the good of the world. And since that's the way it is, I couldn't live with myself if I was the only one running away from this battle. I will bring Emile back to his senses. I must. I'm his big sister after all.
Understood. Stay safe out there, Mercedes.
That man approaches.
Oh god.
Report! The main gate has been breached.
You are finally here. Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours? And Mercedes, here you are as well.
Alright. So. We're gonna try to set up so that Mercedes kills him. That's the plan. For this battle. Alright, units. We can have 10 out. I think it'll be more useful for me to have Lysithia and Dorothea out than having Ferdinand on the field. That said, I have to have Dimitri and you'll have Gilbert protect you, obviously. I'm gonna Ferdinand join you. Actually, I have an idea. I'll do that for Ferdinand. And I'll have protecting going with Sadie. Actually, you have Gilbert protect you. You have Sylvain. And I think I'll attach Flame to Dimitri today. Alright. Map. Giant demonic beast. Course. That is what lies between me and Death Knight. Oh, and also one there. think what I'll do is Scythia and Mercedes. And I'm just gonna have her teleport Ash to this area to get into the chest, I think. At least that's the intent. Either that or I can just have her dump, like, say, somebody in here to fuck this guy's day up. I think that's what we're gonna do. Safe. And one last thing. Wait. Breaky Birth for it. There's this. No more sports. Fight.
They broke through the main gate. Trample them. All save that man.
Even though we smashed the main gate, Fort Merceus is still an ironclad fortress. And the enemy commander is the Death Knight. We must not falter in our assault.
Alright.
I now see why they call this keep impregnable. Everywhere you turn is defensive weaponry. We must capture all of those locations as we push forward. If even one of them takes a shot at you, we will be in trouble.
Alright. So this is the plan.
Let's make this quick.
I put Ash here. You'll be able to take a shot at that guy to move up.
I'd be honored.
I kill him one shot, Brave Bow. You'll have Brave Bow for the next target. You'll probably kill that man. Not a good chance to hit him, but he might be able to kill him back.
More fighting.
Alternatively,
That helps.
if I do that, if I send Felix over here, I'll have him just murderate this guy. I'll go, this is a good dodge chance late. Please would I.
You fought well.
Alright.
Leave it to me.
Ready for anything.
At your service.
What's my strategy?
Ready when you are.
I am prepared.
All you do just basically solo that section over there.
Weak.
As he has the power to punch directly through.
I won't falter.
Perfect.
Is that it? I need to slow down.
Yes, that's 45.
You're a big help.
Physic. Nice.
Alright.
69 crit, nice. I keep the Spirit of Soul on him. Heal a lot of health because both the shield and the spear give him a regeneration effect.
I'm continuing to
And he
improve.
has the Crest of Keyhole on him. Makes this better. No shit. Okay. Well, in that case, top him off. Perfect. I think it is time I aggro. Well then. Miss. No damage. That's not nice.
It won't be in vain.
That's rank with faith. And also level. Perfect.
I'll use this power for the greater good.
We got it.
There is still more to learn.
That's not bad, actually. That's a really good ability to have on somebody.
Eastern units, advance to the front line.
Well,
no time for pity.
One to remember.
An encouraging display.
outrank him.
We'll cover you. It's our chance to prevail. I'm here to help.
In this situation...
Got him. And some umbral steel from it. Fantastic. There we go. And we'll fire him twice. Alright. Weaken. However you do your thing.
I will break it!
A threat eliminated. This is no time to stand idle.
Emblem.
Thanks so much.
I aim for
Out of the way.
greatness.
I'd be honored.
Should be able to use these just fine, right? Alright, we'll delete that one off.
I'm still here. Without power, who can you protect?
Okay. He does have some healing. Oh,
I can't fight anymore.
okay. That could have gone better. They should have pulled him back.
Next try. Too slow.
Good luck trying to hit him, bud.
Who's next? I'll end this quickly. My duty is your death.
Worrisome. They have a leader capable of summoning reinforcements. If we find and strike down that person, we can prevent further interruptions.
That is the plan. I think it's that person for that side. And I'm gonna have Felix take care of this one. And Ferdinand, I'll have work his as well. Oh, reactions.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Nice.
Be at peace. You're relentless. So helpful. I don't expect forgiveness.
Good job. Let's see.
This is for everyone's good.
One step closer to victory.
All right. Ooh, sign punch. Or axe, actually, as it turns out.
Luck wasn't with you.
I shall not stray.
Whoops. That could have been a better position for him. We'll have him.
Another victory.
Delete that one.
I will not die yet.
Well, both those are go for this hand. One will miss. Of course. Thank you, Thyrsus.
Not quite.
Something will belt for me. Come on, go, bro. Alright. Here we go.
I'll cut
Regrets will be
half of
had.
His Highness.
Alright. We'll stop with this.
You haven't earned my pity.
Here we go. Felix time. Let's rumble.
Strength never betrays.
May have lost a couple frames there, but you know. Can you do?
I aim for greatness.
got
tragic end.
He's out there.
I'm impressed.
And he's gone.
I must lead them well.
I will see this war through.
Fran will most likely heal most damage that he takes.
More proof of my
That's why he's
loyalty.
soloing that side, basically.
Too slow.
A 1% chance to hit. Amazing.
I won't stop here. Saw it coming.
I'm going to just have her delete this man from existence.
No time to slow down.
There we go.
I aspire to be my best.
Sweet of you.
There's no turning back now.
There we go. When I have you act again.
I appreciate it.
Magic bow this guy to death.
I don't expect forgiveness.
Perfect.
On to the next battle.
He's going for me regardless of what I do here. Although can delete this man.
My
real
duty
quick.
is your death. For now, I'll revel in my achievement.
And I'll have you at twice that location. Alright. Broke a piece of his armor. In that Kit Kat bar. Burn and destroy this man.
This is the cost of war.
There will be no further reinforcements from this side. However, the other side is still in action.
Perfect.
If they call in more reinforcements, we'll be in great danger. We must take down the other commander as well. And fast!
I aim for greatness.
It won't be in vain.
Nice.
I'm stronger than before. Watch and learn.
And the boost.
You forced my hand.
It's time. Good job, Sylvain.
Need to pull my weight.
We'll do that.
Allow me.
Let's do it now.
Perfect.
Who's next? How best to use this skill?
Best I can find.
Good. Now we should not have to worry about any more reinforcements crashing the party.
Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah!
Alright. Dealt with. Two. Singular Luna. Or Luna Lambda, excuse me. Not A.
Time for your last dance.
And he's
Winning
out.
is what matters.
By Monster.
I'm growing, but at what cost?
Keep it up.
If I live, I fight. I'll take all the strength I can get. see this war through.
Alright. He can stay put. Well, I'll damn near kill her. Or wait on it, really. Has a good chance to kill her, so we're not gonna do that. Crit chance.
Alright,
Good.
next.
Do a gambit.
You're stronger now. Whether I kill you or you kill me, I'm looking forward to this.
I'll help too, okay?
Now's our chance.
Alright.
You dare stand between me and my pleasure.
Yes, I dare stand against you, Death Knight.
Death is all that remains.
I'm up front.
We must destroy you now.
Alright. Gambit.
I have no need of you.
Need some help?
Do whatever it takes.
Gambitomania. Leave that one soldier standing.
I came here to get you. Let's return together, Emil.
Leave. The place of your death is not here.
Yeah!
To kill, to die.
Picturesque.
To know one without the other would be maddening.
We got him.
Leave it to me.
Fantastic.
Maybe I'm not a total waste.
Of course not. You're Gilbert.
The enemy general has been vanquished. Everyone, move to gain control of the keep. Victory is ours. Raise the banner of the knights. May it soar proudly over the impregnable fortress.
And give that armored man a promotion in our army.
Oh, I have to meet Emil.
She did do well.
My thank you so much. Emil. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault for leaving you behind when I left House Bartels.
I should have gone back for you sooner. I'm sorry for not being a better sister to you.
Mercedes.
Please forgive me, Emil.
Mercy, we need to go. Now.
We battered him good. Poor meal.
Goodbye.
Your Highness, our capture of the fortress is complete.
Now the path to the Imperial capital is finally open to us. Once we have finished cleaning up after the battle, let's have another meeting to discuss our next move. Naturally, but it matters not. Consider this. Once this war is over, the mountain of official business on my plate will be even taller. If I can't handle at least this much, how will I...
Pardon the interruption. We've just received a letter from Margrave Gautier.
Very well. I will read it at once. I see. It seems the conflict within Fargus has at last come to an end.
Yes, Your Highness. Margrave and the other Eastern Lords are at the center of it, and are gathering the kingdom's military forces even now. They intend to join with the Alliance army and send troops and supplies to the monastery.
What do you know? My old man is really pulling his weight. Did he seem well?
Yes, as well as can be expected. He has taken it upon himself to bring order back to our troubled territory, while His Highness is away.
Fantastic.
I am truly in the Margrave's debt. I will be sure to thank him properly at first opportunity. Thank you for the information. Now tell me, did it seem to you that my presence was needed back at the monastery?
Well, I do have a verbal message from the Margrave on the subject.
A verbal message? How strange.
The other day, he arrested one of Viscount Kleiman's men. And, well, the prisoner has claimed involvement in the tragedy of Dusker. He has implicated his lord as well.
Go on.
I was told they would be transporting this man to the monastery, along with the troops and supplies. The Margrave said that regardless of the credibility of the man's testimony, how he should be dealt with was your decision alone, Your Highness.
Very well. All that considered, I will return to the monastery at once. Will you come with me, Professor?
Yep. Sure am.
Thank you.
I don't want to see you slaughtered and some guy like Impule. I mean, maybe you will. But you know.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Our chosen paths. The Kingdom Army has captured Fort Mercius. Managing troops from the now stable Western Kingdom and former Alliance territory, the Kingdom Army returns to Garreg Mach to regroup and reorganize its forces. With sufficient might to challenge the Empire, the Kingdom Army finalizes their plans to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Alright.
Ah, there you are. His Highness was looking for you. He's gone ahead and started interrogating the prisoner, Viscount Kleiman's man. He said he'd like for you and I to be present as well. Will you come with me?
I cannot overlook your reckless remarks. Are you really so keen to lose your head?
I only did what I believed was right. I swear to the goddess that I'm not lying.
Amidst the turmoil of the tragedy, Lady Patricia was supposed to be the only one who was unharmed. We had been given orders ahead of time to not approach her carriage.
Of course not. What would my stepmother have had to gain from such a...
Perhaps Lady Patricia would have done anything to return to the Empire, to her husband and daughter.
What exactly are you implying?
For the past few months, I've been spying on lords who defected to the Empire in order to investigate rumors about Lady Patricia. Cornelia's words were true. The two of them, I am afraid they conspired together after all.
Enough of this nonsense! You say she wished to return home? That isn't nearly enough reason to cause such a tragedy.
I do not intend to imply that the two of them were solely responsible for the whole affair. They were likely nobles who opposed the king, or potentially someone who wanted to throw the kingdom into chaos. The Empire, and people like Solon and Kronya had their motives too.
So my stepmother joined with them to cause the tragedy. Is that what you believe?
Ultimately, this is just conjecture based on the evidence at hand. I have no idea what their true intentions were.
I see. We will hear what this man has to say. For now.
My lord had long felt that King Lambert's radical ways were dangerous. At the time, he was approached with an offer to take part in the incident at Dusker. My lord loves his homeland. To me, he embodied justice. We were only doing what we thought was right.
And so, in the name of justice, he caused massacre upon massacre out of love for his homeland. You murdered your own king, killed our soldiers, and involved innocent citizens. And yet you have the gall to speak of justice!
I am only standing before you now, because I could no longer bear the weight of my sins. Yes, I believe I do.
Gilbert, lock this man in his cell.
Are you not going to kill him?
I will make that decision once I have had time to consider this man's definition of justice.
Yes, Your Highness.
No, I cannot say that I am. Tell me, Professor, how well do you remember your father, Gerald? Soon enough, you will come to understand how painful it is to forget the faces of those who have passed on. To be honest, I cannot really remember my stepmother's... that woman's smile, nor the sound of her voice. I always told myself that I would not allow my mind to forget, and yet, all I can recall with clarity is her gazing away, so forlorn. Did my stepmother wish to go home so badly that she would kill Father and me? Kill her false family? Home, to her own blood. Her true family. I suppose it doesn't make any difference now. I am asking you questions you could not possibly know the answer to. I am finished with thoughts like that. I am finally able to go on living without clinging to hate. If I truly treasure those who have died, then I must earnestly atone for my sins. Father, Glenn, all of the soldiers who have fallen, the people of Dusker who still suffer persecution. The only atonement I can offer them now is to take responsibility for this broken kingdom that has been entrusted to me. That is why I feel that I must meet with Edelgard and try to talk to her. Do you think it is a fool's errand? Honestly, I think so too. But I must swallow my feelings and grudges, our whole history really, and ask her about this future that she sees. What she aims for once her domination is complete. What kind of justice she clings to as she fights. And why she felt it necessary to start this war. I believe that asking her these things is the true responsibility I have been tasked with as king. we will march our troops to the Imperial capital. But before any battle begins, we will set up camp nearby and send a messenger. I will tell her that I need to speak with her in a safe place without any weapons or troops. As to whether or not she will agree to my request, well, that rests solely on Edelgard. I would like to believe that as well. You know, Professor, when we fought in Ferdiad, Cornelia mocked me and called me pitiful. But even if it is true that my stepmother never loved me, I am not to be pitied. After all, I have allies and dear friends who care for me. And now, I also have you by my side.
Right. Alright, so I'm going to do talking throughout this last section. By talking, I mean like talking to everyone and doing my preparations and that good stuff. The primary thing I want to do here is want to prepare for the end game.
Right. Welcome! Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? 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 Thanks a bunch.
Okay.
Come back soon.
That. There are support convos between you and people. You and cities.
Oh, Didu! Are you praying to the goddess of Fodlan? That seems odd. Won't the Dusker gods be upset if they hear you praying to another land's deity?
The Fodlan goddess was recognized in Dusker, too. The deities of foreigners are seen as the protectors of their respective lands. It has been said that we would offer our prayers to her in times of war.
Huh. So the goddess is part of a pantheon. I guess that's one way to interpret it. Anyway, what are you praying for?
For peace to come even one day sooner.
That's a lovely prayer. I was just thinking about praying for that myself.
I see.
Hey, Didu, what are your plans for yourself once this war is finally over?
To serve His Highness for the rest of my days.
I thought you might say that.
And you?
That's a good question. I was thinking about traveling to Dusker.
To Dusker? There is nothing of interest left there.
Isn't it where you were born? And isn't it where your wonderful food and stories come from? I think those are reasons enough to visit at least once.
Mercedes. If you will allow it, I would like to accompany you. His Highness would surely grant me leave to go.
You really think so? Then I hope the war ends as soon as possible.
As do I.
We're going to have to shower the goddess with prayers. We'll pray that she watches over and protects us while we work to end this war. Then, when it's finally finished, we can travel.
Yes. It promises to be interesting. We should pray to the Dusker gods as well.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. Which of the Dusker gods should we pray to?
For victory, we pray to the god of war. Or just the god of war.
Come on, what were you going to say?
We're gonna say the god of love.
Oh, I know. It's the god of travel, right?
Let us leave it at that.
Yes, the god of travel.
I knew I was right. You taught me so much about your gods. So let's pray. For the end of the war, and for our safe travels to Dusker.
Okay. Ferdinand. God of Hilda.
Wow, I am thirsty. I could really go for something to drink.
Hilda, there you are.
Hey, Ferdinand. Thanks for your help earlier.
I do not desire your gratitude. I have a bone to pick with you. At the library, you pawned your job off on me.
Actually, I never asked you to do the whole thing. You started teaching me how and got carried away. Meanwhile, I was just awestruck by your cleverness and generosity.
Ah, well. Hey, wait a moment. Your charms won't work this time. You were just using me.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. I really was awestruck. If I had to arrange all the library supplies on my own, I'd have been there past nightfall.
With a steady pace, you would have finished by twilight at the latest.
Oh no, I'm not competent enough, honestly. I don't even know how to make a cup of tea.
You're quite a defeatist, Hilda. Hold a moment. Did you just say you cannot make tea?
That's right. I can't touch things that get hot.
Oh my God.
I'm scared of getting burned.
Trust me, it is not difficult. You just need to be cautious as you are pouring. I can teach you.
Really? Great! Please teach me, Ferdinand.
This is a crucial skill for nobles, Hilda. If nothing else, you must learn the art of tea brewing. Look here. You bring the water to a boil, and you put the leaves in here. Alright, that should be enough time steeping. Now we can drain the water, pour the tea, and enjoy.
That took longer than I expected. Well, thanks. Bottoms up.
You may have to steep it for more time or less, depending on the leaves. From now on, you can...
That really hit the spot. Thanks. I'm a slow learner, so I hope you'll teach me again sometime.
She fooled me again. That was the last time. I swear it.
Damn it, Ferdinand. Okay. Enough of that.
Right.
Gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Damn straight. I think we're inventory now. Ash. Restore that, and we're going to give you something else. No, wait, huh? Avalanche shield. Restore that for a moment while I give Ash a couple things. Particularly, Get rid of pus. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do for you is going to put that in the hole and give you Tathlum. Okay. Up and away we go.
That's right. It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father. Are you trying to scare me? What if he turns up while we're charging the capital? But still, I wonder what'll happen to him if we win.
We'll be fine.
What's this? For me?
Have these shrine weights.
For me?
Alright. Golden seeds. And
How about this? Listen, wanting so desperately to speak with Edelgard, just as we're about to fight. Could it be that the prince is having doubts about killing her? I suppose they're the only ones who fully understand the extent of their relationship. He's certainly changed from the vengeful person he once was. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm actually relieved. A
Thank
king
God.
who's responsible for Fodlan's future can't exact personal vendettas and have a cold heart.
yeah. Alright.
Professor,
Alright then.
I see. I hope this is the final battle. Don't you, Professor? When the war is over, everyone will be busy with their own lives. But let's all meet up again someday. Right here at Garreg Mach. You, His Highness, my father, our monastery friends, the knights, everyone.
Damn straight.
It was just a silly whim I had, but I really love it. Ooh, and I'll bake a bunch of desserts for it. Reunion sweets.
Hell yeah.
All we have to do now is win. Let's get to it, Professor.
We'll get in there.
We'll be heading for the capital soon. So much rests on this moment. Will the war really be over if we take the capital? Yay! I'm sure it won't end right away, but that's still great news. I truly believe that a peaceful future is waiting at the end of all of this.
Yep. Alright. The people next door. Right.
Professor,
Ash.
returning to the monastery brings back so many memories from 5 years ago. Hard to believe we only spent a year together here. So much happened that it felt a lot longer than that. But it was all so exciting and so much fun. Honestly, I think those memories are what's kept me fighting this long. What was that year like for you, Professor? I don't think I could ask for a better answer. Let's all do our best to survive this, so we can come back here when it's all over. I know that's what I'll be doing.
I keep
keep thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us? That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale. I want to make this a world where there is no fighting, where children can grow up happy and safe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Thank you, Professor.
Okay. That.
Professor! My mother might be in the city. I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting. She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her burning and stays inside.
Don't worry. Your mother won't be hurt in this. Here, pitcher plants.
Wow.
I know you like those carnivorous plants. There you go. And a couple are on the second floor, actually.
Maybe.
That's interesting.
Listen. Professor, at last, the end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive, but I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come. The kingdom is battle-scarred, the Alliance is in tatters. People must be terrified. The world is crumbling around them. What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodlan and rule it as a single nation. Nonetheless, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian Emperor.
You'll be fine.
How could... What a kind... What a kind... What a kind... What a...
Okay. And up here is... Lawrence.
At last, we've come to the final confrontation. Ruin to the Empire. Glory to Fargus. Of course, to be perfectly honest, I would have much preferred to march against the Empire at the head of the Alliance. But I suppose I have Claude to thank for denying me that satisfaction, don't I?
That's fine, whatever. Anyway. Veterans here or up here?
Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again? I just gotta believe Lady Rhea is waiting for us in the capital. We just have to find her.
Yep. Petra.
To be speak. 5 years ago, Edelgard said a thing to me. Bridget is a vassal of the Empire. But she also said I always have the freedom to be choosing whether I am with or not with her. I will become the ruler of Bridget. So she said I must make my own path. So now, my path and her path will be colliding.
Of course. almost shake.
This is not. This is. This is. You have my. You have my.
To the second floor. Right there. And pretty much everyone is down here.
Rhea will be somewhere in the city. I wonder if she can sense us coming. The battle will soon be upon us. Let us both be at our best for what is to come.
Here we are, facing the final battle with the Empire. It's been a long, difficult struggle. We have to get Lady Rhea back. And we have to crush the Empire in the name of Captain Gerald. He's watching over us now, protecting us. I know he is.
Rhea, with the battle will... Yes, this is... I'm sorry. 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 Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here we have... He's watching... Oh, this is mine. I thought it had vanished. Thanks. I owe you.
At last, it's time to face the Flame Emperor, Edelgard. I know that the future of all Fodlan rests on this battle. Nothing else is more important. But for me, this is personal. For Captain Gerald's sake, I'm going to give it all I've got and more.
Damn straight.
Someone...
All right.
Enbar's streets are paved with unhappy memories, Professor. I've avoided the damned place ever since I abandoned my nobility, swore never to return. Now here we are. To return in this manner. Well, I can't say it is something I ever imagined. Especially as I'm returning to end the Empire. What a strange feeling, breaking one's history.
Well then.
I'm not.
No, those aren't yours, but I figured I'd give it a chance. No one's in the library. Everyone else is east. Let's check it out.
Have you considered... When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly my point. Let's be careful to ensure we don't lose our own lives, Professor.
It's yours?
That's not...
No.
That's not mine. That's not... That's not mine. That's not... That's not... That's not... I'll gladly... I'll gladly... Well, this is simply delightful.
Yes, there's a fishing float for you.
I was born in Enbar. My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world. I do not understand how war can happen in such a precious place. It is most regrettable.
Hmm.
Wow, I am delighted. I shall take it. Wow,
He likes the sweets. Confirmed.
So...
All is down here.
Way. Life can be tough, you know. But if you've got your friends to help you through, it can be a lot easier. Maybe you butt heads sometimes, but that's okay. That's how you build bonds, right? And
Yeah.
I've got friends, Professor,
How you build
plenty of
bonds.
those. It's true love that seems to have passed me by. But where is my true love to be found? Where is my ray of hope? At this point, you're the only man who pays attention to me. I guess I'll have to take what I can get.
Well then. This is yours, right?
Wherever did this turn up? Thank you for getting it back to me. No? Where?
Oh, Light Pearl Veil, of course.
No? No?
Okay.
So...
Oh yeah, Marianne's in. He's in the head room.
Really?
Which is weird. I'm here.
Professor!
Dear goddess. For your safety, I'll do all I can to survive. But please don't die out there, Professor.
Don't worry, I won't. This yours?
What's this?
This yours?
What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this?
Alright. To the cathedral.
Hey.
Huh.
That reminds me.
Professor. Our next battlefield will be the Imperial capital. There will be no turning back. If you have any unfinished business here, you had best settle it before we depart. I knew I could count on you. Good luck. Oh, thank you. Lost.
Let me consider. It matters not how just our cause may be. In the end, war is nothing more than organized murder. I understand the desire to reach a conclusion, but we mustn't overlook the sins inherent in our deeds. Sorry. I have a tendency to preach. We have lost so much, and in return, we have taken much from our enemies. I pray we can put an end to this cycle of violence. No.
Tone with rocks.
I believe in you, but please ensure that His Highness survives as well. Fodlan's future would be in peril if we lost him. I would not be able to go on. Good.
He's not a fan of animal bone dice games.
Please.
Fire Festival. Increase effects for those that partake. Speaking of, let us partake.
I'll keep.
Hello there.
Hey.
Come to think of it, looks like we're nearing the end of this struggle. I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her. I was just kidding. Pay me no mind. Lady Rhea's not waiting for me, I know, no matter how much I might wish she were. She's waiting for you.
Well then.
Oh, this is mine.
Letter to Rhea. For you. Alright. Down here's my target. Hilda.
Fighting in the capital? Ugh. And we're fighting against Edelgard. Double ugh.
But with you leading us, Professor, I know we'll win.
Yeah! Woohoo! Fighting! I'm a little scared, to be honest. I'm just shouting to relieve the tension, but I'll be fine.
Everyone down there can hear us.
Never seen that. Never seen.
Right.
Oh, right. There's a plane support. Did not realize that was coming.
We're about to put the finishing touches on this war. I wonder how Fodlan will look without the backdrop of death and destruction. I can't wait to see it. On the other hand, I'm terrified of what the future might hold. Who knows if I'll survive the assault on the capital?
You'll survive, Ignatz. Raise your dice.
Someone like...
And those aren't yours.
Please.
I'll turn it to flame cutscene. Cutscene. Cutscene.
Oh, hello, Professor. How nice to see you. You caught me off guard. I was actually just thinking about you.
Really now.
Just a moment ago? Well, I am afraid I just do not understand you. When we first met, I sensed something different about you, something mysterious. And now I am convinced your existence itself is very special. Thinking on it, I know it to be true. You have a crest that should have been lost long ago. You wield the sword of the Creator as if it is nothing. Your hair and eye color changed on that day 5 years ago, to the same sort of color as mine and my brother's. I do not know. My brother refuses to speak to me of it. Since then, you have led us into battle, and thus far, we have always come out victorious. Your comrades and colleagues adore you. They believe in you, in your strength. I doubt there is a single soul who is likened to you. Who are you, really? I simply do not understand. Whatever the case may be, having hair like mine is proof that there is something exceptional about you. I may as well come forward with things. I, too, am unlike others. Surely you recall when I was targeted, specifically for my blood? I may not be special in the ways you are, but my blood is rare. It seems the two of us share a special differentness. I also believe that we are bound together in some way. Of this I am certain. Therefore,
I intend to stay by your side and watch over you. Your existence must be preserved at all cost. Certainly those are the words of a hero.
Well then.
Let us unite our powers. Together, we are unstoppable.
My God. All support has come. Ingrid is in here.
Thank you. I'm so glad you were assigned to the Blue Lion House, Professor. We made it this far, thanks to your guidance and leadership. There's a bitter fight ahead, that much is certain. You have my lance.
And my bow.
Yes. Let's do this together.
Alright.
No. No.
Those aren't yours. Alright. Jameer.
Okay. I'm thinking 10 years ago, Dagda and Bridget attacked the Empire from the west. Their final target was the capital. But they were countered at a port town long before they reached their destination. We spent a lot of time going back and forth, but at least we made it this far.
Thanks. How did you know this was
He
mine?
likes the Animal Bone Dice game. I think it's Yahtzee. Those aren't yours. Files at the port. You.
We're heading up to Embar next. I hope I make it back safe so I can tell my little sis about it.
You'll be fine.
I hear they got a neat opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called again? Ha! That's the one. My little sis always goes on about how much she'd like to see him perform. I know we can't see a show, but do you think we could at least see the building?
Yes. We'll see that building, don't worry.
Oh, hey! I can't believe I dropped
You
this.
dropped
Thanks for bringing it
this
to me.
entire burlap sack of rocks. Just drop the whole burlap sack of rocks in the dining hall, I should mention. How do you lose something that big?
Yes.
Or that heavy for that matter? That's a lot to lose.
That's right.
Alright, I already talked to him. Universal Vein, or Felix.
He intends to speak to the Emperor? She's his stepsister, I know, but this seems risky. I know that. If the two can settle this diplomatically, that would be the best way out of this mess. No more bloodshed. Let's just hope he doesn't become so overwhelmed with emotion that he's unable to strike her down, should the need arise.
I understand you're... Something tells you don't care about your personal grooming. Sylvain, however, probably does.
Professor? I've been thinking about how we've got our own ideas about justice. And so does the Empire. And what's coming? It's not just a battle between us and them. It's our ideals that are fighting. Whoever wins will say they were right, and the other side was wrong. And I get it, that's how it goes. But nobody's willing to talk or compromise. So we'll fight to the death to prove the other guy's wrong. It won't be an easy battle, but let's make sure we come back alive. Right, Professor? Sorry.
It's not yours. Well then. Could be Lauren's. Let's try giving that to Felix, just in case I'm wrong.
If the two... let's just... I know nothing...
Know nothing about it. Alright. Orange or Ferdinand. It's probably one of theirs. I think I already talked to Ferdinand about it. Lawrence, though.
Of course, but I suppose... Oh, most kind. Thank you for bringing this to me.
No problem. We no longer have lost items. Return them all their owners. Now it is time for the Great Learning Crusade.
Professor!
What's up? Rhea, the battle was...
There we go. That was a weird thing. Loading. This way.
Think of it. Lady Rhea's not...
Hey.
That reminds me.
Professor.
Felix.
If the two... Let's just...
Oh, right. E.T.'s proposed now. Manuela, she can teach you a little about swording.
Way, at this point.
Dining hall to cook. I'm gonna have Ash do it. Teach me the immortality stew.
I love to cook. What are we making today? Is that so? I have a lot of experience in the kitchen. Wow.
All right. Now, a couple more lessons.
Professor!
Get you around to train.
Here we have his what?
Dear goddess, I'll do...
Professor!
Emmonson's office, of course.
And I've now, especially...
At last, I know that, but for me...
Do 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 do.
Hey.
Alright. Or do that, counselor. There we go.
That reminds me.
Professor, our next battle. If you have any.
Let me consider.
Gilbert.
We have lost.
Please.
That reminds me.
Now. End our free time. Gonna train 6 eaglemen here. I can get your authority to see at least.
Your guidance was greatly useful.
I have an idea. I can get yours to be.
I got it? You're quite the motivator, Professor. I appreciate.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help.
Thanks for your help. Thanks for your... Can't let this power go unused.
Of course. Linhardt. Buddy. I...
Tell me. Oh, I was right? How embarrassing. Oh,
Perfect. Alright, Ferdinand. You're getting to see before we're done here.
I am relieved. I am quite pleased. I am beginning to understand.
Now is the time to master this.
Perfect. Now,
I am beginning to understand. I appreciate your coaching.
one more. I think what I'm going to do is work on South Eden. one hand. You know that I definitely plan using I'll work on Hilda.
Yeah! Who's the best?
Yeah, I'm straight. Alright, enough of that. Move on to training.
May I ask?
Tactics. I think you seem like a tactical fella there, Birdie.
That is a good option.
Professor.
Sure. Reason riding? That's fine. Oh, his birthday. That's some flowers.
Nothing is impossible for us.
Dear Goddess, please protect us. That wasn't so bad.
Nice.
I'm finally grasping this.
Nice.
I'm a quick study. I work to grow.
This'll help keep me alive.
Sweet. Alright, what do we got here? So I think I'm gonna do for this. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go into battle. And we're going to do a little bit of grinding. I'm going to pick here for a place to stop and save.
Thanks.
A lot of people want to do Tea with Claude this month, it looks like.
I am ever
Not so much Eogard. Then again, Eogard isn't someone that you can do that with this month. Because it ends earlier than this month, as it turns out. So we shall grind. And by the time I start the next session, I believe I'm going to finish this route 1st of November 2019 in the morning is when I'll start that session. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out here to Nagans tonight. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. Thank you for coming out to the stream tonight. We hope to see you again. Y'all have a fantastic night. I'll be sure to be back to my normal times soon.